So this is Mr. Octopus, not the Mr. Octopus bag, but literally Mr. Octopus. This is the No Reception Club Getaway bag, and then this is its little friend. We're gonna talk about these today. These are dad bags, diaper bags, parent bags, family travel bags, those types of things. They were just successfully funded on Kickstarter. Congrats, guys. And I thought it would be a good time to, well, talk about what I like, what I don't like so much, and why I think it's actually a very, very good product for parents. So let's get into it. So as I said, this is the No Reception Club Getaway bag. I'm not going to spend a great deal of time talking about how I pack this bag. The reason is because I have a video about that and a video that shows my pack out of how I pack this bag, diaper bag style, when I took an outing with my newborn daughter. I mean, she's not newborn anymore, she's almost 3 months old, but with my daughter and with my wife, and my wife keeps this bag packed as our diaper bag consistently. And I mean, I think that says a lot about how good this bag is as a diaper bag, because that's what its intended purpose is, really. Now, I haven't been on any like overnight kind of trips with it, but I have used it on several park days, walk around days, trips to grandma's house. Well, actually one overnight trip at grandma's house, so that type of thing. And I'm gonna be talking about it from that point of view. I'm also gonna be talking about it from the point of view of somebody who normally uses something like this. So I would normally use a bag that looks like this. This is from Mystery Ranch. This is the Mystery Ranch Unicorn. If you know anything about backpacks, this is one of the rarest and most coveted backpacks on planet Earth. And that's the point of view I'm coming at when I talk about this bag below. Look, I'm not gonna say that these bags are comparable. They're not necessarily comparable, and they're not meant to be comparable. So there's a couple of points I wanna get out of the way first. I'm gonna talk about the materials of the bag, basically how it's made, and then we'll get into the pockets and the organization and all that stuff. I'm gonna try to keep this video around 10-15 minutes, so hopefully it won't be too long. Mr. Octopus is gonna stay here and keep us company while we go over this, and then this guy I will get to in a minute. This bag's made out of a recycled polyester, I believe, and the material feels good. It feels nice. It's got a nice texture to it. It doesn't feel like Cordura per se or something like that. It's a bit lighter. It feels, it's almost hard for me to describe how it feels because I haven't really felt anything like it before. Other materials on this bag include, this is leather here actually. You can see you see that? There's some leather accents here, and then also on the bottom of the bag, the leather is supple and very nice. The zipper pulls themselves here are also leather and are very nice. The zippers are all YKK zippers on this bag. There's a number 8 mostly, or they are mostly number 8s, and then I believe there's one number 5. The zippers are beefy and they work quite well. The main material of this bag is recycled, which is obviously a good point. The bag itself is very light, and I think that this material kind of goes to that. I think from the point of view of somebody who uses like heavier duty bags most of the time, my hands feel like they would want something thicker like a Cordura. Because the bag, like, it looks like a bag that like would be Cordura to me in my head. It's got that kind of look of like a really like kind of bag, like it's strong, you know? And I mean, this material is probably very strong. Actually, in fact, I'm sure it is. And they have a lifetime warranty. Lifetime warranty. Thanks. The thing is that, you know, it's just one of those things when you're used to touching something that feels Cordura-y, this feels a little bit different. It's definitely a little bit more, I don't know, it's just different. Not saying it's a bad thing at all, it's not. I showed my wife was like, what are you talking about? And it makes it lighter, which is obviously a good thing. The material on the inside is also a recycled material as far as I know. I could be wrong. No Reception Club, you can correct me if I'm wrong. There is mesh throughout the bag. The mesh feels very nice. They use metal hardware everywhere they can. So for example, these zipper pulls are all metal, they're not plastic. These are also metal here, these D-rings. These adjusters are also metal. And these buckles here are metal as well. So basically, you know, they went, like, look, things like metal are very sustainable per se, because they are materials that will last for a very long time, which obviously the longer something lasts, the more sustainable it is technically if you're using it, if it's in a usable state. So I think good on No Reception Club for that. Let's get into the bag a little bit. There's some organization I'd like to talk about. I'll talk about the back panel and the pockets and all that stuff. We're gonna start with the back panel because I think that, you know, whether or not this is comfortable will matter to a lot of people. The back panel has this kind of crosshatch sort of design. It's not amazing for keeping your back dry if it's wet, if you're sweating. It's not amazing for that, obviously. It's not, I mean, it'll help a little bit, these crosshatches, but I think they're mostly designed for the way they look. They look very nice. I think that these straps and this cross-hatching is about as nice as a back panel can look. Like, look, they just have like a really like nice kind of look. These D-rings have a function. Basically, there are these things you can clip onto the D-rings and you can hang this bag like so from your stroller. So that's a dad bag tip number 1 on this guy. There's a very nice little leather thing here, which has the No Reception Club logo on it. The straps themselves are comfortable. They're thick. They have like, the foam feels like very thick, like thicker than you'd imagine from this type of bag. Like you feel here, and it's a little kind of like I said, it's not as thick, but these feel good, like really good in my hands. Like my bag nerd hands are saying like, oh, these are nice straps. They have a very nice contour. They fit me very well. The thing is about these straps is I really wanted a sternum strap, and they sent me this bag early, but like kind of late, like right before the Kickstarter sort of went off. And I said, this company's owned by 2 lovely people, and Daniel, one of the owners, I said, it would be amazing if there was a sternum strap. I really need one. So I kind of fashioned one myself to use, because for me, like, I need the straps to be kind of pulled together here. It's not a heavy bag at all, but it keeps it away from my underarms, which is very important to me when I'm using it, because it stops, that's one point of sweat that it stops. I don't tend to be a sweaty person, but that to me was something I needed. So now they actually made an add-on that kind of goes around here and around here, and it clips on, and you can buy it extra if you're somebody who needs it. I would definitely recommend it. It's something that I would use with this bag a lot. I mean, but then again, like my wife said, she would never use it, so for her it's a moot point. So it's kind of good that they have it as an add-on or something that you could purchase if you really need it, and if not, well, you don't. It wasn't originally intended that way. So this hardware is all very nice. The laptop compartment is back here, and we're gonna get into that quickly. It opens like this, like kind of TSA style, I guess it's called. I have not had much luck with the way this works. I'm pretty sure you'd have to also just take your laptop out. It's slightly raised up off the bottom here, can you see? So it's not touching the bottom of the ground when your laptop's in. I mean, there's no real padding on the laptop sleeve itself. There is on the back, but not on the front. But because this is all padded, I mean, technically speaking, if you don't have anything in here, then it is padded enough. There's a mesh pocket over here. The mesh actually feels quite good on these bags. There are care instructions, nice little tag here, says responsibly made in Vietnam. As the bag's made in Vietnam. In here are the D-rings. These are the things that you use. You see that? These are the things you use to hang the bag on your stroller. They worked great with both of our strollers, even though they're different styles. So I can say that whichever stroller style you have, well, it will work with them. This is the first peek we have of the interior. There are these like hand-drawn little designs on it, which I heard were done by like somebody from the marketing team or design team or something like so. And they're nice. They're nice. It looks cutesy, I suppose. I was a little bit kind of confused at first because the bag itself looks kind of like, oh, and then this looks a little bit like, oh, but I mean, you know what? It's grown on me and it's become kind of cute. The material itself feels fine. It's not thick per se. It would be something like a 210D maybe, or a little bit less, but it doesn't feel like it would be like wearing out anytime soon. These zippers here go all the way down to the bottom. I mean, to me, I don't know if it really needs to go down to the bottom. Like I only really opened it up like this and stuck my laptop in just to test it. I don't think this is the kind of bag I would use with my laptop too often, but maybe if I was traveling. Behind the back panel here, I believe it's on this side, There is a passport pocket, which is secret. Keep it secret. And you can, it's quite big, like you can see my whole hand fits in there. So it goes to about here and then about here. And yeah, it's a nice enough pocket. It's got a YKK number 5, I believe, on it. And it feels good enough. Number 8 on this guy. If you want to keep your passport or something. And then this obviously works as one of those things for your trolley luggage. I don't actually think I've ever used the trolley luggage in my life, but if you are the type of person that uses one, well, it's there to use. There is a handle here. I mean, obviously, that's what it is. It's a handle. To me, it's one of those things that's good enough. It's not like amazing. It doesn't feel like, wow, the best handle I've ever felt in my life. It's a piece of webbing that's wrapped and sewn. It's good enough. I will say it's good enough. I like the fact that it's sewn together. That makes it feel a little bit nicer in your hand. It could be, it could be more. It could like have like a little bit of the leather from here maybe on it. But aside from that, I think it's nice enough. And one thing my wife mentioned is that it actually, because of the design of it, it hangs up very easily on something. So it's kind of like just easy in use. If it was leather, you know, you'd be kind of fussing with it to try to get it to attach to something. Now we're going quite long, so I want to get into the pockets of this bag. What better place to stop than this top one here? There is a quick access pocket on the top here. It's, you know, there's nothing inside that's, you know, in terms of organization, but it's on the flap. These zippers are on both sides and they are YKKs. They're very smooth. None of the zippers on this bag are aqua guards, so that is something to keep in mind. Probably not going to be wanting to use this bag in a huge rainstorm. But then again, with your kid, you're probably not going to be in a huge rainstorm anyway. So that's that. Then there's this front guy here. Now I will say, because they're not AquaGuard and they are YKK, they are very smooth zippers. So and this part opens like so. In this front compartment, there is a key latch, which is a key latch. It's a lanyard that works, and you could probably like have it hanging out with your keys in here. And then there is another thing here where you can put your wallet or something like that. And then there is a little bit of volume here. I mean, I'm talking like this much, where you could put something like, you know, your phone or your wallet or whatever, and it will not, like, here's my phone, and it will zip up just fine. It doesn't really pooch out or anything like that. It looks quite good and sleek in use. Put that back and zip up again. Oh, one more thing I want to mention about this pocket. It's going to be hard to show you, but if you can actually unzip this pocket, and it's not easy to show you, but this whole thing will flap out, and if it flaps out, then you can actually open this bag like with this sort of mini clamshell thingy here. There are reasons why this doesn't work all the time, and that's because there is Velcro on the other side of here. This zipper is a small YKK, and it tends to be a little bit finicky because I think it's the type of thing you're not going to be opening very often, so it doesn't matter a whole lot. Didn't find it matter too much to me in use. Then there are two side pockets on this bag. So this is the big boy. I'm not going to talk about that one right away. There are also two water bottle pockets with a bit of expansion there, so you can stick a decent sized water bottle in them. This is what they call the essentials pocket, which makes sense. And then there is a little sling guy in here. This sling is also actually very nice. It has a very nice metal buckle, which is, ooh, nice. It has like a magnetic flap here where you can put some wet wipes, and my wife uses that all the time. I think this is probably one of my wife's favorite parts of this. There is a main pocket that opens up with a little bit of organization that you can put some stuff in, and then there is a back pocket here, which kind of gets you into where that is. You could use it for something else if you wanted to. It also is designed to fit perfectly in this pocket, like so, and you can, you know, you're off to the races. It works well like that, and the zipper is smooth. You could also put anything you want in here. It's quite spacious and cavernous. I'm gonna put that back in there so you can, there you go, stuffed away. Okay. That is that pocket, and then this goes into the main compartment of the bag, so I am going to talk about this bottom pocket first. This bottom pocket is quite cool. So it opens the bottom flap, and I've got a couple of things in here that I'll talk about in a second, but there is like this kind of antimicrobial scent resistant something or other here. You can check their website for the actual details of that. But basically what it is a pocket where you can put like any accidents that happen during the day or something like so, and you can just stick them down in here. Oh, it works very well for that. We actually, luckily, didn't have to actually test it, so well, good on us. But I believe it is something that would work if needed. Under here, we keep this. Now, this comes with the Sidekick, which was that sling I just showed you. This is a diaper changing mat that is very nicely built. It's also metal hardware, has a little bit of branding there. And this is also, we didn't have to use it for changing a diaper, but at Grandma's house, we used it for the baby to lie on, and she thought it was very nice. And it fits nicely in there. Now, I will say, if you want the bag to stand up well, like, I mean, stand up well, see how it's not standing up super well right now? You just need something a little bit bigger and down here. What I tend to do is I will throw something slightly bigger down here, like some diapers or whatever, and that gives it a bit of structure, and then the bag stands up very well on its own after that. Okay, so we're gonna get into the main jobby here. There's another water bottle pocket over here, as you can see. This is where you can see these shelves. The shelves can be configured any which way you want. They will come out and go in like that. Think sort of, it's similar to a camera bag, I suppose, as it were. I mean, these are how camera bags operate in some cases, and it works very well for that. You can see my wife actually has it packed out here. This liner that goes into this section actually floats up and down, so if you want it to be all the way down, then this whole thing will just go to the bottom here, and then so no wasted space. So right now I can push it all the way down to here, basically. And then these shelves are good because you can have it however you want. Now, what I tend to do in use is I have these things down here because this is extra close, so something that we don't need right away. And then I'll put my camera in this guy. Now this guy has an AquaGuard zipper here. It has a little bit of padding on the back and a nice little thing. I think it's made for lunches because it's, you know, insulated or whatever. But I put my camera in here and then I shoved it down in this pocket so that if I wanted to get my camera, I could. Now you also can unzip it and then put it down. And then you can just flap open, camera out, click, 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 flap down, flap open, down, down. So it worked as a kind of quick access pocket for my camera. Very good, very nice. Thank you very much, No Reception Club. This feeling, I mean, this all feels very nice. Like I said, you can take it all out, and if you take it all out, then you can just use the front of the bag as an opening as well, and it just becomes an empty space. So if, you know, you're on a trip and you take all your kids' stuff out, then you could technically use this, you know, for a meeting or just like a day bag. It's not a super large bag. I think it's around 22 to 24 liters-ish. So the last thing is this lid up here. There are two metal clips, and one thing is very nice design here is that they are away from this zipper, so these clips do not interfere at all with where this zipper is. And they open very nicely. They're also metal. And then you have a pull string or a pull top here, and it takes you into the main capacity of the bag. Now, the reason this is good is, as I showed in my loadout video, is my baby loves this toy, and I couldn't figure out how to carry it. So at the beginning of the day, I carried it like this, and had him in here. And at the end of the day, I had him here with it strapped up, and it worked perfectly fine. I'll link you to that video below. You know, all in all, I think that, you know, the bag itself, it works perfectly fine if you want to just empty it out. There is a little piece of Velcro here, which kind of confused me at first, but what that does is, if you don't want to use this side essential pocket, you can suck it in and then just use one big cavernous space on this. This string feels okay-ish. It's probably one place where I might make it a little bit, I mean, it feels okay. And then there's like a little leather. Anyway, there's like a little bit of leather here, and it works fine. You can cinch it down, shove it in, and you're off to the proverbial races. As a dad, I didn't know what to think when they asked me if I wanted to try this bag, and it really grew on me. It really did. I think this is actually a very nice product. It feels very well made. It's got all the YKK zippers and all those types of things that you would want. It feels considered, and I think that that's something I can't say for very much I see on Kickstarter. And talking to these guys, I know how much they care, and you can feel it in the product. You can 100% feel it in the product. My wife made it the diaper bag, and it is the diaper bag, and she was kind of upset that I had stole it to come out here to film this video. And I said, well, I mean, if we don't film the video, then they're not going to talk to me anymore. And she said, okay, well, I guess we will let you film the video. So here I am. The bag is the type of thing I think that it surprised me because, I mean, overall, I mean, the first impressions for me is that it's just a very handsome looking product. It looks very nice from all angles. And I told them, like, man, make me a camera bag, because like wow, it can be a camera bag, but like make me a camera bag, because like, whoo, that would be nice. Anyway, I very much look forward to more things from these guys. I think that they've done a spectacular job, and they're just lovely people. So head on over to Kickstarter, have a look at the product if you think it's something that will work for you. That's all I've got. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. That's it for me. I am very hot. It's very hot in Korea right now. So, and tomorrow this bag is going on an adventure. So I'm gonna get back in. See you guys on the flip side. Bye bye.